Religious leaders have called on the political class to lead the way in preaching and maintaining peace as the country readies for its fifth presidential transition in less than 3 months. The religious leaders spoke at this year's National Prayer Breakfast meeting that also saw the Chief Justice Martha Koome appeal for the promotion of the rule of law and fair administration of justice. Brenda Wanga reports.
To yourself as our God.
The 19th National Prayer Breakfast meeting brought together all arms of government in what has become an annual practice of seeking divine guidance for the country.
The consequence is that in our country, the preparation for elections has sometimes looked like preparation for war.
The clergy says this should not be the case if all members of society, politicians in particular, followed the law of social decorum even as they walk the path to national leadership.
Like the people of Israel lost in the desert, Kenya is still lost in the wilderness of selfish interests, of glorified evil, of people living in fear of doing good, of doing right, because it has become popular to do evil.
The clergy impressing upon members of the political class to be aware of the consequences of divisive politics and campaigns.
What we lose when we compete normally is the opportunity to sit on the table and resolve our differences. Then we escalate a mere difference in opinion into a full-blown enmity that makes us never to sit again in the same vicinity.
Kenya's electioneering period has almost always left the populace gripped in fear and anxiety at the outcomes in often highly contested polls. The leaders in attendance now want the politicians to lead the charge for change.
From foul talk, we can use mouth sanitizer and talk peace. We must start preferring to wash each other's faces than smear mud on one another, and we wash one another's face when we forgive.
Those who might be tempted to divide our nation for their selfish reasons, we join in one accord to pray against the spirit of fear of violence that is related to elections.
Indeed, the calls for normalizing elections in Kenya was widely shared.
That's the only thing that can prevent us from taking ourselves to the brink and collapse our nation just because of an election or differences of opinion of 2 or 3 people that escalate to become a national enmity. Let us learn to love as God asks us to love.
It does not have to be that way. Elections in this country can become simple transition times when we move from one leadership into another, like happens in other nations.
Like a country, like an engine that is smoking badly, Kenya needs an oil change, a change of heart. Right. We need clean oil, we need anointment.
The prayers also emphasize the need for forgiveness and reconciliation across the country.